Okay, so in earlier class we studied about the amino acid metabolism. Okay, in which we have seen the three main steps. First, the removal of ammonia through deamination, transamination, and transdeamination process. So, what are the three ways by which ammonia get removed from the amino acid? uh, Deamination, transamination, and transdeamination. Uh, Deamination can happen via two-way oxidative deamination or direct deamination. The example of oxidative deamination is glutamate dehydrogenase and your amino acid oxidases. Okay, so glutamate dehydrogenase is basically localized in mitochondria. So this type of oxidative deamination happens in the mitochondria. But amino acid oxidase generally present in peroxisome. So you can see that this type of reaction happens only in peroxisomes. Where this direct deamination happens, actually this can be happen in inside the cytosol also, and there is two way to carry out such type of reaction. The first one is deamination by dehydration, that is the removal of water, or deamination by desulfhydration, that is removal of H2S. Okay, so this is all about deamination. We studied it in earlier class. And what about transamination? We have seen several examples of transamination, like glutamate pyruvate transaminase, glutamate oxaloacetate transaminase. Okay, here glutamate is acting as a amino group donor and pyruvate is acting as amino group acceptor. So on accepting amino group, pyruvate will come converted into alanine and glutamate get converted into alpha ketoglutarate. So this is the basic of transamination reaction. We have seen it many times. Okay. And what is a transdeamination? During the transdeamination reaction, there occur not only the transfer of ammonia group from one compound to another, but also simultaneously removal of this ammonia from the other. So we have seen this, but I just want to quickly remind you all what we will studied in the earlier class. Okay, and what happens when ammonia is removed from the amino acid? Then what happens to carbon skeleton? It will either enter into the other metabolic pathway like TCA and other, or it will get metabolized by itself. So we have seen this basic reaction of transamination, an example of GOT and GPT, ALT and AST, and the mechanism of this ping pong kinetic mechanism for transamination reaction, where pyridoxal phosphate is acting as amino group acceptor and it just accept amino group from the amino acid and get converted into pyridoxamine, and this pyridoxamine basically transfer amino group to the keto acid. Then keto group converted into amino, and this pyridoxamine again back converted into pyridoxal phosphate. So this is overall ping pong mechanism of transamination reaction, and we have also seen this oxidative deamination carried out by glutamate dehydrogenase. It requires NAD to carry out such type of reaction, where it acts on the glutamate and remove ammonia and convert the glutamate into the alpha ketoglutarate. Okay, so this is a central reaction. We can see, we can tell it a key reaction in the amino acid metabolism. Actually, all other reactions are somehow in some way or another way linked with this. Okay, so this is all about the transamination and deamination. And what happens to the carbon skeleton, which is left after the transamination and deamination reaction? Like alanine, when it undergo transamination reaction, the skeleton left is pyruvate. Glutamate, when transaminated, it get converted into alpha ketoglutarate. Aspartate get converted into oxaloacetate.